Hello, I'm Jim Marshall. One of the things that Toyota did to us, my last role was in Magna, and they came walking through, and we had all this stuff on the wall, and it talked about all these great stories that our peers up here have talked about. And they walked out onto the shop floor, and in this plant there was about 1,700 people, so we had a lot of impact on social, on anything we wanted. We could impact anything we chose to, right? And they walked around and they looked for the recycle bin, and they went through and they looked at our lockout and our safety systems. I'm not kidding you, they walked this plant, it's 800,000 square feet, and in 20 minutes they assessed all of our systems. And they said to the employees that presented them, we got them together after, and they said, what a great job you guys have done. And then they took my boss and I, the two executives, into the back room. They said, you guys come with us. And they said to us, I really have never seen such wonderful presentations, right? You guys, you got it together, you know what you're doing. And I said, I felt quite proud, right? Very proud. And then he says, but it's just wallpaper, right? When I go out on your floor, I see the wrong thing in the wrong bins. I don't see people actually walking the talk. And you really haven't learned how to execute it, right? And they call that the Toyota way. And they make every decision looks at the environment, looks at your social responsibility. It looks at these details. So it's not about, to them, it's not about having a task force or having a special thing. It's part of the decision making. It's part of the day-to-day work. Well, they gave us 2 months, and we're coming back. Either change what's on your wall or change what happens in your facility. And we can help you. I didn't know how to change it, right? So they offered us help. They offered us training. They said, we'll send guys in. You tell us where you want, right? And so Toyota, to me, they're not a builder of cars. They produce great people, right? Their CRM system is highly focused on their team. And when you go into their plant, you see, you hear, you feel, all your 5 senses is that same message. And it bleeds into social responsibility. It's everywhere, right? And that's how they work. So now I've left Magna. It's been 2.5 years. I'm this little guy in this little company that, a couple of us created. I don't have all these resources. I'm trying to be socially responsible and pay people and pay suppliers and all this kind of stuff, right? And that's hard to do, right? Because I don't have an accountant and I don't have an HR person, and boy, I would love you to join our team, I tell you what. But I don't have all that stuff, right? So as a startup, and I have lots of experience, but as a startup, how do you do all that? It's tough. Actually, it's so far bloody hard. It's much harder than the other stuff, and I was involved in some amazing things, right? We built power plants. We invented new technologies. We did things that you wouldn't think you could do, right? And now I'm here with 1 or 2 people working with me, and we're supposed to be socially responsible. Well, I can tell you we are. Our experience and the team we put together, it sees things differently. And if we use what Toyota taught us at Magna, go benchmark other companies. So now I'm in construction, and we're building homes. And I look at the construction industry, and I gotta speak. It's very different than I'm used to. There's lots of wood going into bins. There's lots of what Toyota would call waste, okay? But it doesn't feel like that's the normal day in construction. So I started the company building, and I've completely changed it to how do I help this industry change? Because they can't change on their own. They're a bunch of small companies, trades and unions and things like that they're not set up to work together. They're not set up to be lean. They don't have leaders in charge that they want to be. I'm sure every leader of each one of those companies, especially the larger builders wants to do this. But the challenge is immense because they call on a bunch of small trades and companies to build their, whether it's commercial or residential. So right now what we're doing is focusing on how do we build a benchmark building system, design engineering for building houses. We're starting with residential. And then how do we not compete with all of these people? How do we teach them? Because if we try to do it ourselves, we'll fail, right? We'll fail. So we have the opportunity to not only do something that's socially responsible, but it's good for our business and it's good for our competitors and our peers. And that's our approach. So I would just recommend that if you can pick things that you guys are each good at, that fits your business, it's fun. That's something that's important to me. I got to get up in the morning, and I expect that everyone that I work with is there having fun. And it matters to me if I see someone's not, I'm going to go see them, and I'm going to ask, because it's got to be fun, right? But I get up in the morning. I have a lot of knowledge I can offer these guys. The teams that I'm bringing in, I hire construction people, and I'm hiring ex-automotive people because we have different sets of eyes. So diversify, right? Challenge, and somehow set goals that are not extra work, that fit your corporate goals. And you can achieve this too. You don't have to be big. The smallest companies can do it. Thank you.